Tesla's new electric SUV, it's going to be 20% smaller than the Tesla Model Y. That's the big takeaway here. And we do have information for when this new smaller electric SUV will hit the market. I don't know how many people will want to buy it at this point in time, considering the current emotion around Tesla. But anyway, this is the data, this information that we have on this new car. It's, I think, makes sense. I think this vehicle does make sense. It does sound like a Tesla move. It is probably a logical maneuver. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, I should point out, don't get your knickers in a knot. I'm not promoting Tesla. I'm just doing what I've always done. This is the Electric Viking. I talk about new electric cars. And I will have a new video on the Mercedes-Benz CLA if you care about that. People usually don't actually care about Mercedes-Benz electric cars. It's just the state of the market. Anyway, for those of you still with us, Tesla is planning a smaller Model Y that's going to be 20% cheaper to produce, and this will be their new electric SUV. So production will start in 2026. BYD is, many sources say, eroding Tesla's market share, but not just BYD. I mean, other companies are as well, XPeng and Zeekr. Tesla had near total dominance over China's rapidly growing EV market not that long ago. I wouldn't say near total dominance, but it was the strongest. But I mean, that's clearly changing. This is a response to the fact that while Tesla only have two models to sell in China, they don't, I mean, they do have the Model X and the Model S, but they're very expensive. They're made in America. So they really only have a Model Y and a Model 3, and their rivals have many different options. So Tesla are going to make a smaller Model Y. It's essentially a scaled down version of the Model Y Juniper. Chinese site 36KR says this new EV is being developed through a Depop process, which is a streamlined approach aimed at very quickly launching new models with minimal modifications. I'm guessing they'll get some new gigacastings, potentially some other changes, but they're going to put in as few changes as they possibly can. Reuters cites three sources familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity, as the project is still meant to be confidential. According to them, the new vehicle is being developed under the project code name E41, and it will be built on Tesla's existing production lines, with mass production beginning in 2026. If it's going to be built on the same production lines, it's got to be very similar to the existing Tesla Model Y to really follow Tesla's ethos. And Tesla's ethos is production efficiency, speed and efficiency. If the car was quite different to the existing Model Y, it wouldn't be built on the same production line. Reports from China say the base Model Y will be simpler, similar to the budget Tesla Model 3 that was launched in Mexico last year. So a cheaper version of the Model 3. It'll get rid of features like vegan leather for cloth seats, remove the second row touchscreen, which I mentioned in a video yesterday, and it will emit ambient lighting, which I also mentioned, which will equate to around about a $4,000 discount. So I think there's a little bit of confusion here. That $4,000 discount, that'll actually be for the cheaper version of the Model Y. That's a different vehicle. So the $4,000 discount means within a few months' time, apparently, they're going to be releasing a cheaper version of today's existing Model Y. They'll get rid of that rear screen, like I said, the ambient lighting, potentially the heated seats in the back, and also the second row touchscreen. And that'll give you the $4,000 discount. Now, this is a different vehicle. And like they're saying, it may have cloth seats as well, but this is a smaller vehicle. It's about 20% smaller than the Model Y. And apparently it's going to cost 20% less to produce, meaning I'm going to guess they're going to get rid of some of those features as well. So what does that mean? What will the price be approximately? Well, I'm going to guess the price will be around 20% less than the existing Model Y. Meaning, here in Australia, it might come in at around $40,000 or just over maybe $42,000, something like that. Maybe a similar price to the Geely EX5, which means it will be quite competitive, even competitive potentially with the BYD Atto 3. In the United States, the price will probably be a little bit higher. You guys can't use lithium iron phosphate batteries there, so the battery's more expensive. In fact, everything's more expensive in the United States to produce than what it is in China. My estimate might be approximately, say, $38,000 to $40,000 US in the United States. So the question is where will this car be made? We know it's going to be made in China. These reports are coming out of China, but will it be made for the United States and Europe as well? Or reports say that it will be. It'll just be a bit delayed. Apparently, it's going to take longer for them to make it in the United States and in Europe. So it'll come out in China first, and then it's going to come out in other markets after that. Thanks for watching. Whilst Tesla orders in Europe and Australia have gone down, they've skyrocketed in other places, which is very intriguing. Here are the countries where Tesla is actually bucking the global downward trend in deliveries this year. Sales of Tesla vehicles across Europe have unquestionably gone down. That is a fact. And some people are ascribing that to numerous things, including the fact that a lot of people are waiting for the new Tesla Model Y. But there is also a fact here that is this. The Model 3, sales of the Model 3 have gone down significantly. Even though it's a very good value for money car, it's not selling well at all. And that's the same in Australia. However, some countries don't seem to care about Elon Musk and his politics or honestly anything else. They're just, well, going ahead and doing what they would normally do. Unfortunately for them, Tesla owners are not being attacked brutally like they are in the United States. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us here in Australia. There is no question that Tesla's still the biggest selling automaker here in Australia, but there's no question that Tesla sales have been affected here. They've gone down significantly, no doubt about it. However, in the UK, Tesla sales are actually up 20%, which is quite a surprise. I personally wouldn't have expected this. Tesla sales in the UK soared by more than 20% in February, in spite of the fact that there is no new Model Y yet, reaching nearly 4,000 vehicles. And the rise in Tesla UK sales is quite a surprise to everyone, including myself. On Thursday, March the 5th, the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders reported that the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y ranked second and third as the UK's most popular cars, not just EVs, but Tesla was second and third, period, for any type of car. The Mini Cooper, surprisingly, was the best-selling car. Second, Model Y. Third, Model 3. Shocking, considering the Model Y is now old, very old, about to be replaced by a much better vehicle. Tesla sold 3,852 vehicles in the UK last month. Model 3 and Model Y drove sales. Their increase meant sales are up by 21% versus last year. EVs, fortunately, which is great news, now account for 25% of new registrations, fueled by demand for Teslas, which is quite interesting. I know there's people in the UK. One guy attacked a Polestar vehicle and smashed it up because he thought it was a Tesla. I know there's certainly some anti-Tesla sentiment in the UK, but it's clearly not enough to damage Tesla sales there, which is interesting. But keep in mind, the UK saw a 42% surge in electric vehicle registrations last month.